Would have been rude not to. Very hard to spill in here too. Cheers.
Cheers. We're Ben and Shelley, and we've been living on the road for over a year now. Roaming around Australia in our souped up V6 transit van, our journey's been a bit of a bumpy ride. From sunny Queensland across the Kimberley to Exmouth, we're now conquering Western Australia. So follow along as we try and dodge all the BS along the way. After our mammoth hikes, we craved a bit of the outback, so we took a near 400-kilometre drive up to Hayden for the night to check out Wave Rock and see if it's worth the hype and the detour.
So we've just come across this lake that's super salty.
It's so salty you just float.
Neither of us has been to the Dead Sea. Apparently the concentration here is higher, but it's such a weird feeling. Yeah, you can like stand up. I can't reach the bottom, but I'm just standing. You don't need to do anything. It's very cool, and the sunset's behind us, and we now have the entire place to ourselves. So I think it's time for some drone action. What do you reckon?
We ended up basically being the only people in the pool, so enjoyed a glass of wine and watched one of those incredible outback sunsets that seem to last forever. That night after the sun had set, we went out to Wave Rock itself to take some pictures. I recorded a whole piece about the process of taking astrophotos, but didn't realise it was in slow motion with no audio.
So here's our camera. It's not focusing on it, but I've got it on a 30-second exposure, low aperture, and we've got a high ISO as well. So I've got a tripod and I put it on a 2-second timer. Then Ben's gonna hear this, and in order to get the rock in the frame, Ben does some light painting. So we've worked it out, a bit of trial and error. 3 flashes of his torch from his phone is gonna see the end result that you see. But you don't see much and you patiently wait. Let's hope this one turns out, hey? And this nukes your battery, so always come with fully charged batteries. This one's about to die. We'll show you that on the real screen.
We spent about an hour taking photos of the Milky Way and the rock. Being so far away from actual civilization, it meant the night sky was incredible to look at, and shooting stars would fly overhead literally every few minutes. We decided to have some fun and be a bit silly and take out the surfboard first thing in the morning to try and catch a gnarly wave. Welcome to Hippo Rock.
Hippo's yawn.
Hippo's yawn, same thing.
This rock behind us, it's pretty cool. So we found out some cheap travel hacks around here. So if you actually park at the Hippo Yawn car park, which is literally right there, it costs $12 to park in any car park around here. So you can park here, and it's about a 500-meter walk to both the Wave Rock, and then there's a boardwalk off to the right where you can get into the
Special Lake.
What? Special Lake? Yeah, into the pool area. So if you're just coming for one day, you pay $12 and you can walk to it all. However, if you want to take your car or van across to the special lake, that's when it costs $10 entry per person. And if you want to stay for more than one day, it works out a bit better to stay at the caravan park in town, or right next to it, which we ended up staying at last night because the parking is included and so is entry to special lake. And then we ended up staying there, so it was about a 5-minute walk or something like that, to Wave Rock, and that's when we got the epic astro photos against Wave Rock last night. So that was worth it for us. But if you're just coming in for one day, park at Hippo's Yawn for $12, do what you need to do, go to the sites, and then drive out to a free camp. But yeah, I think Hyden was worth it.
I think so. We've had a good time. We've had fun, and we've got some epic pictures.
If you can't tell, we had a very good time.
The special lake is super salty, to the point where I think it's more salty than the Dead Sea. So you don't really have to swim, you literally just float around, which is pretty cool. It's a weird sensation. But in it being so salty, you immediately want to wash off afterwards. There are showers there, but one thing is the caravan park has really nice hot showers, which are nicer than the ones at the lake. So that's something we appreciated a lot.
So this is the road into the Hippo's Yawn car park, and just up here, you can see that. Just over here, there's a little path, and that leads to the special lake. Just across there.
Easy. We then headed back to Special Lake in the morning for a quick dip before hitting the road back to Esperance. Join us next week as we finally make it to the perfect beaches and incredible blue waters of Esperance that we've been looking forward to for so long now.